Cancelled.
Schweezy.
Alright, so it's time for another segment of
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
where we go over what the fuck Garth Brooks has been doing. And I bet you're thinking he's going to be talking about his bar in downtown Nashville serving Bud Light. No, it's not a story. That's fucking normal nonsense that a business would do. We're like, we're gonna I wonder how many businesses actually stopped serving Bud Light. I'm gonna make a guess. None of those Broadway bars, maybe Kid Rock's bar. Every other one probably kept Bud Light on the menu because it's like, and especially they're gonna still use Budweiser products because they're like Budweiser owns like almost a ton of just different brands of beers. Like, I'm going to drink this brand. I think Budweiser owns that one too. All right. Anyways, let's go to our article of the evening. Breaking. Garth Brooks says 5 more Chris Gaines albums are on the way. It's official, Garth Brooks is ready to receive his rock star alter ego, Chris Gaines. During an extensive Q&A interview at Billboard Country Live in Conversation, the country star confirmed his intentions to release more music as the controversial character. The 1999 album Garth Brooks in the Life of Chris Gaines was meant to serve as a companion album to a feature film called The Lamb, which featured Brooks in the fictional lead role of Gaines, a troubled rock musician. The Lamb never made it to theaters, leaving many listeners to assume The Life of Chris Gaines was just a confusing one-off project. During Wednesday's June 7th interview, Brooks explained how the record was actually created as a compilation of songs from 5 of Gaines' fictional records. 24 years later, Brooks says he's still determined to bring those conceptual albums to life. The five albums have to come out. He told the audience, I don't know if it's because I'm 114 years old, he joked, but 14 years old, but now everything takes 3 hours more than it took time to do before. The Gaines project was a lot of time put in because it's not naturally right. You're acting on a record, but I want to do it. Although continuing the Gaines project is still a high priority for Brooks, he'll have to find time to head into the studio between performances at his Las Vegas residency and recording sessions for his upcoming Duets album with Trisha Yearbutt. So that is confirmed. I don't know when we're going to get to it, but it's on the list that we're going to get done. Brooks reiterated 5 albums. So for those of you who don't know, let me give a brief summary. Let's see how brief I can make this. A brief summary of the process of Chris Gaines. This article did explain it, but I want to talk about it more. So basically what happened is they wanted to make a movie called The Lamb. And basically with that film in mind, they wanted some like Tommy Lee type character. I think it was Tommy Lee or one of the rock stars of the age to play, to be the lead role, but Garth Brooks was going to be kind of in charge of the music. And then they couldn't find anyone, so Garth Brooks was like, hell, I'll do it. So what happens then is they work on the concept for a movie called The Lamb about Chris Gaines, this rock star musician. But Chris Gaines also has a backstory too. And so if you watch, there's like a I don't think it's VH1, but VH1 Behind the Music thing. I think you can find it on YouTube of like Chris Gaines' life. So there's like a whole backstory to him though too. And, going into the backstory, they go out, they talk about each individual album release that, Chris Gaines made. Though those albums don't exist, some of the songs that he made, basically I want to say it's maybe 5 albums worth of technically materials. They made a compilation album, and so the one CD you can find is basically like the best of what's it called? I have someone mailed me a copy. Not Chris Gaines. The name of that album, The Life of Chris Gaines or something like that. And basically they released a compilation album as if like this is a well-known artist already, and he released his best of album. And then the movie and the Behind the Music documentary were supposed to, explain go into each individual song, and they even went into, what happened in Chris Gaines' life at the time, And it's pretty wild, and honestly, the album is actually pretty good. I think, as a Garth Brooks album as a whole, I think that is the best. So, So then we talk about, so hopefully that backstory made sense to you. But we talk about Chris Gaines, like he says he has 5 albums. And now you're thinking, that sounds like a lot to just release. But then you got to think, they may have just had written, because I don't know if I don't think Garth wrote all these songs that are on those records, on the record at least already. But I'm saying, if you need to make 5 albums worth of material, like, and just say money wasn't a problem, you're going to put some money down for some songwriters. You know, you're going to get like 3 or 4 people in a room, and you're going to make songs and stuff like that. Also, I like how is he going to find his time between recording his duets album and his Las Vegas residency? Well, here's what I will tell you. He's probably going to fly on his private jet, the one he took a shit on. By the way, he shit on the floor on that one and then didn't want to pay to have someone clean it up. Just wanted to let y'all know that. That still exists. Or it was Trisha, but I want to blame Garth. So he would probably have his Las Vegas residency and fly back. And, you know, Garth isn't, you know, if you're in a local band, like, you do most of your own shit. But if you're Garth Brooks, like, or anyone, all he has to do, like, I don't think he's probably not playing guitar in these records. All he does is show up to the studio and sing. That's all he has to do. And I think that's what Trisha Yearwood does too. So they'll probably get a big session, get a bunch of guys in, then do some overdubs, and then, or probably just do it like that. And then, later then Garth and Trisha come in to his studio and record it. It's not that hard. May even be in Las Vegas too, but I think, I don't know, Studio G, is that an actual working studio, or is that, because I've not watched any of that. I've only seen a little bit of that shit, but I don't know, like, the room or whatever. But anyways, though, 5 albums sounds like a lot, but then you're thinking about money's not a problem, so you could get multiple different people to write 5 albums, and then, especially if you keep the same writing group, they'd all sound a little individual. And then, you know, release, you know, so you have the songs already, and then you just release it. And story-wise, like, why would you do 5 albums at once? Like, it's in the backstory. You know, it's in the backstory of Garth. Will they release all at once or spread out? I bet they'll be spread out. I think it's been weird. The Chris Gaines has been teased for a while now, and this is like the newest news I think we've heard on the Chris Gaines stuff. So pretty exciting. I do say so myself.
I identify as a fucking threat.
Thank you for watching this clip. Watch it again or watch something else.